Although these colossal bodies of water are referred to as the Great Lakes, they are essentially inland seas capable of being as unpredictable as the oceans. Over the centuries, the Great Lakes have become a vast graveyard of ships swallowed up by the watery elements. Sailing ships caught in storms disappeared without a trace. Steamships fell victim to the raging waves. Even giant cargo ships have found their final resting place at the bottom of these bodies of water. While shipwrecks may be seen as part of the Great Lakes past, modern technological advances allow researchers to better understand the weather conditions that cause so many shipwrecks. In addition, technology is aiding in the discovery of shipwrecks previously thought to be irretrievably lost. Carrie Sowden, who serves as Director of Archaeology and Research at the National Great Lakes Museum in Toledo, notes that there are no official statistics on the number of shipwrecks in the Great Lakes. However, most estimates range from 6,000 to 10,000 ships lost. Interestingly, the frequency of shipwrecks varies between lakes. Lake Michigan has the highest concentration of wrecks, while Lake Erie has the highest density. Lake Superior, being the deepest, contains less debris compared to other lakes, according to Sowden. The least amount of traffic is observed there, she explains. Historians mostly agree that Le Griffon was the first European ship to go missing in the waters of the Great Lakes. In 1679, the ship sailed from Buffalo, New York to Green Bay, Wisconsin, crossing Lake Erie, traveling up the Detroit River to Lake St. Clair. Clair and the St. Clair River. The route then traveled through the waters of Lake Huron to Lake Michigan. After making a stop in Green Bay, the vessel set a course back to Buffalo. It was never seen again after that, Sowden says. One recent shipwreck occurred in 1975 when the SS Edmund Fitzgerald sank in the deep waters of Lake Superior. This tragedy claimed the lives of 29 people. In the centuries between the disappearance of Le Griffon and the sinking of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald, the Great Lakes have experienced, as one historian characterizes it, an alarming number of shipwrecks. Shipwrecks on the Great Lakes are of particular concern because even modern ships face difficulties in these waters. Ships powered by sail, steam, or diesel rest on the seafloor. The wrecks of wooden ships from the 18th century neighbor the remains of steel ships from the 20th century. It is estimated that globally, some 3 million voyages have ended in wrecks, with many missing ships never found. The Great Lakes also hold the secrets of many vanished ships. Historians have yet to agree on the supposed site of the sinking of Le Griffon. However, these waters also contain a significant amount of easy-to-discover wreckage. Divers and water enthusiasts have the opportunity to see about 1,000 wrecks. Hundreds of these underwater relics have protected status, and many are increasingly regarded as important historical or cultural sites. The sheer number of shipwrecks in the Great Lakes may come as a surprise to those who envision the lake as a small body of water, ideal for a relaxing paddleboat or canoe vacation. However, the Great Lakes are grand expanses of water with weather systems more typical of marine areas. The location of these lakes in the central part of the continent gives rise to the possibility of hurricane-force winds and powerful storms. Many of these devastating natural events occur in November and December. Fluctuating temperatures combined with powerful air currents can produce giant waves. However, extreme winds and high waves are only part of the hazards of the Great Lakes. The freshwater environment favors more rapid ice formation than saltwater bodies of water. Ice rapidly accumulates on ship hulls, and crews have to overcome additional difficulties related to navigation and ice conditions. Significant fluctuations are also characteristic of water levels. Dry periods can lead to shoaling and exposed shorelines, while wet years are prone to storms and increased risk of shipwrecks. For centuries, many shipwrecks have gone undiscovered, and the lack of survivors has made it impossible to determine the location and causes of their loss. Modern technology such as side-scan sonar provides search teams with the ability to locate long-lost ships. An illustration is HMS Ontario, a British warship that sank in 1780 during the War of Independence. Researchers were not able to localize it until 2008. The history of the Great Lakes can be read through the material evidence of the shipwrecks that occurred here. It is a wooden and steel chronicle of the evolution of shipbuilding on the lakes. The remains of thousands of abandoned piers tell of a time when water transportation played as important a role as land transportation. Divers and snorkelers from all over the United States are eager to explore these shipwrecks, perfectly preserved in the cold, fresh waters of the Great Lakes. The low temperatures and lack of salinity in the waters of the Great Lakes ensure that shipwrecks are exceptionally preserved even after decades underwater. Nevertheless, special care must be taken to preserve these resources for future generations. Shipwrecks and other underwater cultural artifacts, including aircraft, prehistoric sites, piers, wharves, and other structures, represent an invaluable and irreplaceable heritage. These resources are not just shipwrecks, but unique evidence of our cultural history. The state of Michigan manages shipwrecks as public trust resources to protect them for divers, archaeologists, and future generations by providing opportunities for exploration, study, and aesthetic appreciation.